Good morning, dear students. So today we're going to see the rest of the portions, the last portions of module 6. Okay, so we have internet-based advertising, which we learned yesterday. Okay, we were learning about different types of marketing strategies from yesterday on. Okay, and internet, as we have already seen, can be used as a very powerful tool for advertising and marketing. Okay, so when we use internet, we have got different medium on the internet whereby you can advertise. So one was search engines. Okay, so search engines can be used as a very powerful tool for advertising, and using search queries, you have in order to have a search query, through search query also you can understand a person. Okay, so what are the frequent searches done by a particular person, that will give you an idea regarding the basic need of that particular consumer. Okay, so using search queries and clicks on results to behaviorally target consumers. So basically search engine serves in two ways. Okay, one is it serves as a platform for advertisements. Second is it will help us to understand the basic needs of a consumer. Okay, so what are the different types of search queries that normally a consumer give, that will give us an idea on what is his real need. Okay, what type of product or what are his basic needs now. Okay, so what type of product can be marketed to such a consumer. Okay, so we're going to see today's topic, that is customization and customer co-production. Okay, so customizing a product in sense, we basically change the product according to the need of the consumer. So products are generally developed in general. To generalistic, it will be having a certain set of features. Okay, so customizing something in sense, it will be better suiting your needs. Okay, it will be developed for you as a person. It will be suiting you more because your needs will be different from another consumer's need. Okay, so if you have a customized product, it means that it will be suiting all your needs. It may not suit the second consumer. Okay, so changing the product marketing message according to user preference. So customization basically helps us to change. So once the marketing people is going to understand you, have understand you better, they will be changing marketing messages accordingly. So you will be getting those marketing messages which are personalized ones, which will be attracting you more. Okay, it will be having your preferences. Okay, so that is customized messages. Now, customer co-production is allowing the customer to create the product. That is, when you have a software product, say for example, you will be engaging the end user in between during the development of the software for the feedback. So once you develop one feature, you will be giving it for the end user to work on, and you will get the necessary feedback and thereby refine. If that is the case, the involvement of the user is going to be there during the manufacturing of the product, at different points of its manufacturing process. So that is involving the consumer also in the production process. That is basically called as customer co-production. He also will be assisting, he will be involved in the production process. Now what is the benefit of involving the consumer in the production process is the product will become more customized. Okay, so you have then and there feedback got from the consumer, so the consumer can give immediate feedback, can give different feedback relating what he actually want, so that the product ultimately developed will be customized. When we basically correlate this with a software development, then when you more and more you have the involvement of the consumer, more chances that you will be developing a software that will be the expected one, that is the consumer's expected one. Okay, that will be meeting the needs of the consumer. A software that is of no use to the consumer will be a mere waste. Okay, the development and the entire money involved, the time involved, effort involved, everything will go in vain. Okay, so we have any software that we develop should basically address all the needs of the consumer. So when this co-production ideology is used for software development also, we have every possibility that ultimately the software developed will be having all the features expected by the consumer. Okay, so Nike offers this type of customized sneakers. That is, some releases of Nike will be having customization done. Okay, so in the product development they will involve consumers, and thereby consumers can get customized products at times from this particular company called Nike. Then we have online pricing strategies. So I've told many times that pricing is a very important thing which need to be carefully done after thorough brainstorming. Okay, so pricing actually decides how many consumers will take your product. If your product is very expensive and stays expensive for long, then it can never attract a consumer. So price is one deciding factor that will be deciding whether or not a consumer will take a product. Okay, so what are the different strategies we should follow when we're going to fix the price of a product? So when we do it online, what are the different ways in which we do pricing online? Okay, so law of one price, that is one. This is a law, that is law of one price, which means that a good must sell for same price in all locations. Okay, I have the similar product, it has to be sold at all locations at the same price. It's not like in one district where it is taken more, I put one price, and where it is not taken by consumers, I put a lower price. So it's not the case. A very same product should have the very same price everywhere. Okay, so that is law of one price. That is one pricing strategy. Once you fix the price, it will be same all over. Now pricing, putting a value. Pricing in sense you're putting a value for the good or service that you're going to provide. Now demanded curves, that is the quantity of goods that can be sold at various prices. That is basically called as demanded curves. Okay, what are the quantity of goods that can be sold at different prices? Okay, so what quantity I can initially sell at this price, and when I am going to release it in different, very big quantity as a mass, then what is the price? So when I am going to release my product initially, only a few pieces I'm going to release, what should be the price? Okay, when I'm going to release it as a mass, then what should be the pricing strategy followed? Okay, so that is demanded curves. So we have different types of costs associated with a price. So price will be having different portions. I fix a price for the product, it will be having different portions. Okay, one is fixed cost, the cost of building the production facility. That is the cost of building the particular, that is a production cost associated with the product, that will be fixed. Now variable cost, the cost for running the production facility, that is labor. That is the labor charges that are required in order to move the production. So the production process, basically we involve laborers who will be doing the work for you. So what is the payment that you normally give? What is the wage that you normally give for the labor? That will change from time to time. Okay, you already know the laborers, the manual laborers who are employed, the rate at which they work will be different from time to time. Okay, so those are variable cost. Okay, so the ultimate cost of production is fixed, wherein the moving cost, in order to move the cost or run the production process, the cost incurred for that is basically the wages for the laborers. So those will be fluctuating from time to time. Now we have the marginal cost, which is the measure of cost of producing one additional unit. So it's the measure of cost of producing one additional unit of the product. I make one product, then what is the additional cost that is incurred for me in order to produce one more product of the same type? That is marginal cost. Once everything is ready, I won't be I won't be incurring the very same cost that was initially incurred for developing the product for the first time. Okay, so initial production costs are more, and after one particular product is being produced, in order to produce another one product of the same type, I'll be incurring a marginal cost. That is the extra cost that will be incurred for producing one more copy of the same product. So these are the different elements of cost involved when we undergo production of a product. So we have the production cost, which is a fixed cost, then the cost incurred for moving or running the production process, that is the labor charges, that is variable, and then marginal cost, the cost incurred for producing one more product of the same type which was initially developed. Now for instance, suppose the total cost for making one shoe is 30, the total cost of making two shoes is 40. That means the marginal cost is 10. Okay, so the cost that I incur for the initial product, that is the first product that I developed, that will be more, and thereafter the cost incurred for developing n number of copies of the same product will be marginal. Now, price discrimination. So, selling products to different peoples and groups based on their willingness to pay. So, price discrimination in sense will decide at which price this particular consumer may take the product. That will be different from the price at which a second customer may take. Customers are different, they have different financial background, okay, they have different interests, they have different preferences. Okay, I as a person prefer one product more than more, whereas a second consumer may not prefer that product. Okay, so the priorities, the preferences, all these differ. So what is the basic difference in the price at which I can sell a product to consumer one, and what is the price at which I can sell the same product to consumer two? So the price difference between the product being sold to one consumer to the next consumer is basically called as price discrimination. So if people want products, sell them at a high price. So if there is a huge demand of the product, try selling them at a high price. Even though it is a high price, if the product is providing more than enough that the consumer demands, then automatically consumer will take the product. So no matter the price, they will take. So that is the scenario. You release the product at a particular marketplace and you find that people are taking, more and more people are coming and taking your product. No matter, you can keep a high price for that product. Okay, if demand is more, you can keep a high price for the product. Then free and freemium. What is the difference between these two terms? What is free and what is freemium? So freemium is a pricing strategy by which a product or service is provided free, especially on the internet. Okay, so it is a pricing strategy whereby we get a product or service free of cost. Okay, basic services that are provided free of charge, while more advanced features must be paid for. So initially you get a product with minimum features. Okay, that will be available for free. If you want more features, you need to pay for that. So that is freemium. This is either a product or a service that is available to internet free of cost, and that is the basic version that is available to you. If you want an advanced version with more and more features, then you need to pay for that. So that is the pricing strategy called freemium. Then versioning, we all know the multiple versions of a product. The first version you release it first, and after making some changes or add-on features, you will be releasing the second version. Similar, we have different versions of software similar to that. So creating multiple versions of information goods and selling essentially the same product to different market segments at different prices. Okay, so you can have different versions of the product and they can be sold at different prices. Okay, at different markets. So one version will differ from the other based on the features that version 1 provides and the features, extra features that version 2 is providing you with. Okay. Then bundling offers consumers with two or more goods for a reduced price. Okay, so it will be offering. See, you have seen in that is in shopping malls, you have seen when you take this product together, you will be having two products bundled together and kept in a shelf. Buy one get one free, or when you buy this, you get this also along with a discount on the second product. Okay, when you take the first product, you will get the second product on a reduced rate. So that is basically called bundling. This is a strategy that is followed in order to make a consumer buy more products than, that is when the consumer is willing to buy only one product, this is one strategy that will make him buy more number of products. Okay, so you bundle products together and be providing discount on those products which are attached to the first product. I need only bread and eggs, but they'll provide me with jam at a reduced price. Okay, so basically it is like your a priori algorithm. Okay, you can find out the different combinations that people normally buy together, and we can offer discount on all those combinations. Okay, so similar. So this is one pricing strategy whereby you can provide two or more goods at a reduced cost. Now, dynamic pricing, as the name indicates, it's referred also as surge pricing, demand pricing, or time-based pricing. That is basically a pricing strategy in which businesses set flexible prices for product or service based on current market demands. Okay, so based on the market demand, your price will be changing from time to time. If there is a huge lot of market demand for a product, then you can keep a higher price for the product, and as and when the market demand is changing, your product is not getting the normal demand, demand is reducing, you feel that demand is reducing over time, then you can reduce the price of the product in order to attract more consumers. So that is a dynamic pricing. The price is not fixed. It's getting fluctuate. It fluctuates according to demand. As demand changes, price also changes. Okay, so that is the strategy called dynamic pricing. So this is one question that can be asked is explain what are the different pricing strategies. What are the different online pricing strategies available? Okay, so these are pricing strategies available. Here we have uh, the low of one price, then we have freemium, free and freemium, then we have versioning, bundling, dynamic pricing likewise. Then we have mechanism, there is auction. What are the different types of mechanisms for fixing a price? One is auction, that is thousands of consumers establish a price by bidding against one another. Okay, auction we already know. Okay, auction is one way of fixing a price for the product. One consumer will fix one price for the product, the other consumer may be fixing another price, and you put it for auction, in which consumer basically wins the auction is the person who will be quoting the highest price. Okay, then we have what is called as yield management, wherein the managers set price in different market, that is managers set price in different market, that is airlines. For different airlines you will be having the ticket price will be ranging, will be differing. Okay, so that is airlines is a single facility, the single domain, but in that domain also for each and every flight you will be having different flight charges. Okay, so that is yield management. So when we are going to have a particular service or flight ticket that is going to be taken, you basically search through different airline and you will try to find what is the ticket charges which are offered by different airlines. Okay, so that's basically what you do. So we have a flash marketing, that is another flash marketing. Flash marketing or flash sale is a discount or promotion offered by an e-commerce store for a short period of time. This is something that you already know. Okay, Amazon offers discount on its whole of 1 month. It will be providing a huge discount on a huge lot of items. So that is flash marketing. For a certain period of time, you will be having a massive discount on different products that will be offered by Amazon, Flipkart, likewise online shopping sites. Will be offering you discount for a certain period of time. Whole of October you have a heavy discount on different types of products available on Amazon. It was there. So likewise that is basically called as a flash discount. So this is basically an ideology to attract more consumers, because consumers will get to know that such an online store is there and so products are being offered. So it is basically an awareness also, because it will be attracting, flash marketing will be attracting more consumers. Okay. So auction is one way whereby we can fix price. Likewise, yield management, prices are differing from one airline to another. Airlines is single domain, but for different flights they are charging different cost for the tickets, air tickets. Okay, the charges are different. Then we have the flash marketing area. So this is the last topic of 6th module, online market research. Okay, and we are going to see the different steps in that. So we have marketing research involves collecting, organizing, analyzing and communicating information that can be used to make a marketing decision. So marketing is basically a research, because unless otherwise you understand the consumer, unless otherwise you plan a particular strategy for marketing, unless otherwise you fix a very important decision as to what price need to be fixed for a particular product, all these things are to be done with utmost care. Okay, so this is like a research wherein you do everything planned, you do everything after a heavy thought process. Okay, you do a planned set of activities in order to arrive at a result. So likewise, marketing people also are doing a research sort of a process whereby they try to collect all sort of information, they try to understand the consumers well, they try to find out what strategy can be followed, what type of product can be marketed effectively at a particular point of time to which customer, and then they also try to find out methods whereby they can fix a affordable price, a comfortable price for the product. So all these things are major decisions which are taken by the marketing team. Okay, so marketing research involves collecting, organizing, analyzing, and communicating information, which is basically used for all marketing activities to be planned. Now, performing market research contributes the marketing mix strategy that enables us to make decision regarding the selection of markets, branding, products, and services. So that is basically I've told marketing research will help you to do these many things. That is selecting the appropriate market for a product. Okay, how to properly brand a product and what type of products can be provided to a particular customer. What sort of a service that the consumer is needing right now. So all these things can be effectively planned once you do an effective marketing research. Okay, once you collect the data regarding the consumer, you collect the data regarding the basic needs of the consumer, you collect the data regarding the pricing to be followed. All these things will help you to do effective marketing research. Okay. Now online research, so the use of consumer to do, that is use of computer network of internet to assist in any of the market research is basically called as online research. You do research online, you do marketing research online. So including the development of the problem, research design, data gathering, analysis, report writing, and so on. So you have a particular product, you plan for the product. Before the product is going to be released to the market, you do a lot of research on how to release, where to release the product, to which group of consumers it need to be targeted to, what is the price that need to be fixed, all those things. Okay, so you be focused towards the marketing strategy to be followed for a particular product. So online market research can be interpreted in three different ways. Okay, so internet can be used as a method for research. Okay, it can be used as a method for research. Use internet as a tool for research. Internet as an object for research. I can use internet as an object for research and internet as a medium of research. So how internet can help in marketing research is it can be used as a method for research. It can be used as an object for research, and internet can be used as a medium of research. Okay, the first and last means almost the same. That is, it's a method of research. I use internet method, online method to do research, and internet serves as a medium for my research activities, and the object of my research is also internet. That is, I do everything online. I do everything online. I fix my decisions. Everything is going to be based on the internet. So internet becomes the object of research. Now, the 5 steps in marketing research. I have got 5 steps in marketing research. The first one is defining a problem, just as it is almost similar to the different steps in developing a software. Okay, so defining a problem initially, collecting the relevant data related to solving the problem, analyze and interpret the data, arriving at a conclusion, and implementing the research. Okay, so you have a problem. Problem in sense you have a product. Now you need to identify who are the potential customers to your product. You need to identify what type of marketing strategy to be followed in order to market the product to the potential consumer. Then you need to find out what should be the basic price that need to be fixed initially for the product. What should be the market segment that need to be targeted for releasing the product, all those things. So these are certain problems which need to be addressed by the marketing team. So in order to address these problems, the marketing people will be collecting relevant data. Okay, so that is the collection of data, and after which they will be analyzing and interpreting the data. Okay, you analyze and interpret the data basically, and then you arrive at a conclusion. And you implement the research. So once you analyze and interpret the data, it's easier for you to arrive at a conclusion. So you arrive at a conclusion, and finally you will be implementing the research. Now we come to defining the problem. So in this stage, the problem related to, so you'll be identifying what is the basic problem. You identify the apparent symptoms to that. What information is needed to solve the problem. That is, poor sales is not a problem. So basically, you identify the problem. If my product is not getting the required market, then what is the basic problem behind? What is the basic problem behind why I'm not getting the required number of consumers to my product? Why my product is not getting attracted by people? Okay, so why? What information is needed to solve the problem? So poor sales is not a problem, but they are the symptom of a larger issue such as weak marketing strategy. Okay, so it is not like poor sales is not a problem actually. It's not any problem connected with your product. My product is not getting the required sales. That doesn't mean it is a big problem, but there is some problem. It means that there is some problem with my marketing strategy. If I'm not getting enough of consumers, it doesn't mean that my sales is poor and it is the problem. We should identify why the sales is going down. Okay, so poor sales is not the problem. The underlying thing is the basic problem. So underlying thing is poor marketing strategy. So poor sales, if it is happening, then we should actually find out what is the basic reason behind that. So poor sales is not a problem. Weak marketing strategy may be the problem. Then collecting the data. So once you identify the problem, you go in for collecting the data. So there are two types of research. One is primary research, that is collecting pure information, original information, that is primary source or primary research. So it will be collecting information directly by conducting interviews, surveys, by talking to the consumer, that is interviews. Through interviews, questionnaires, surveys, you get first hand information. You directly collect fresh information, that is primary research. Now secondary researchers, you will be using the data that is already been collected as a part of some other marketing research. Okay, so this involves collecting information from sources where primary research has already been collected. So all these data has already been collected as a part of primary research. We again go and collect, or we use that. Okay, so whatever data that has already been collected as a part of primary research by a marketing team, you basically use those information. Okay, so that is second hand information. That is secondary research. So primary research is first hand information that you gather through surveys, interviews, questionnaires, etc. Fresh information that you gather. Secondary research is you basically make use of the information that has been gathered as a part of primary research. It's not a fresh information. It's not a first hand information. It is something that you make use of which has already been collected as primary research. Example, market research reports, newspaper articles, industry statistics, etc. So you've already done a primary research, you have collected some data. When you make use of that particular data and you don't actually recollect it again, you get the data that is already available. That happens to be secondary research. Now collection and methods and techniques. So what are the different methods used for data collection? Okay, so we have qualitative research and quantitative research. As the name indicates, qualitative research is basically based on the understanding of certain things. Quality, what sort of understanding you have made to a particular thing. എത്രത്തോളം നമുക്ക് ആ കാര്യം മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുണ്ട്, the quality of your understanding, that is qualitative. Okay, it is basically based on certain quality traits, the effectiveness, the reliability that you have, how far you have understood one particular thing or event or a problem. Okay, so that is qualitative research. The researcher may stop shopper and ask why they have bought a particular brand of product. That is qualitative research. You try to understand something. You walk into the shopping mall and you ask a customer why, for what reason he has chosen one particular brand of a product. Why you didn't choose that brand? Why are you choosing this brand? Okay, so that is you're trying to understand certain things. Okay, so that is qualitative research. Now quantitative research is something you can measure in quantity. Okay, so refers to measuring the market phenomena in a numerical sense. Whatever you can measure quantitatively, that is in numbers, that is quantitative research. Bank asks customers to rate their service based on a scale 1 to 10. So if a bank is asking the consumers to rate their services, the services of the bank is going to be rated on a 10-point scale. Okay, agrees, that is I'm very much satisfied, excellent services are provided, good, average, poor, likewise I can rate. Okay, so this is basically on numbers I'm going to collect the feedback. So every feedback that is got is associated with a numerical value, that is quantitative research. Okay, if I'm trying to understand something out of some observation that I do. I observe the shopping preferences of consumers by walking physically into a market. I try to find out what normal customers are buying. Okay, which customers are buying which brand of product more, and I try to understand why this is happening. Okay, that is qualitative research. Now, if I'm going to measure some events or some factors in terms of numerical value, I associate it to numerical value, or I'm going to measure it in terms of numerical values. It happens to be called as quantitative research. So quantitative research are measurable, can be represented as a number. Okay, it will be having a numeric value that is getting associated. Now, analyze and interpreting data. So once I've understood the problem and I've collected the data, I'm going to analyze and interpret the data. This is the power of any particular research. Okay, so once you have the data, once you have data with you, you need to properly interpret and analyze the data in order to arrive at decisions or conclusions. Okay, so how effectively you do this step, the power of research basically rests on this particular step. How effectively you do this step, that will measure the effectiveness of the research. Better you analyze, better you interpret, more powerful will be your decisions, more accurate will be your conclusions or results. So you must attach meaning to the data that you've collected during your market research to make the sense. So develop alternative solutions to solve business problems, determine how we can apply the knowledge that has been collected during research, and to develop effective business strategies. Okay, so you use the data that is being collected and you try to analyze each and every data pieces, and you arrive at meaningful decisions. So if we have a marketing problem, see, my sales is going down, my marketing strategy so far has been very poor. So how can I improve? How can I choose a better marketing strategy? So that can be done by collecting and analyzing the data that you've collected for the problem. After the problem study, related to the problem, you have gathered certain data. So you're going to properly analyze this data to arrive at a conclusion, which will give you the chance to take up a more effective marketing strategy and thereby improve the sales. Okay, so that is the power of analyzing. So data that has been collected is basically raw data. You need to attach meanings to the data. You need to brainstorm each and every data pieces. You need to interpret the data properly and arrive at conclusions. So data analysis and interpretation is very important for effective decision making. Okay, so basically data simply collected is of no use if it's not interpreted or analyzed. It simply remains raw. Okay, data as such is raw. We need to attach meaning to the data. So a proper interpretation or analysis will help us to attach meanings to the data and will help us to arrive conclusions and help us to make effective decisions from the data. Now reach at a conclusion. So once you have made an effective analysis and interpretation, you can arrive at a conclusion. Okay, so perform a cost benefit analysis of each alternative, then perform further investigation to each alternative solution to arrive at the best decision for your business in regards to meeting consumer needs. Okay, so you may have different decisions. So you will be after interpreting the data, you will arrive at different conclusions. So you're going to have the possibility of every conclusion, every alternative is going to be taken separately and it's going to be checked. So you arrive at different alternatives. These are the possible alternative solutions I can propose to a problem. I have a problem of low sales. Okay, it's due to my low marketing strategy, poor marketing strategy. Now, there are different solutions that I propose after a thorough analysis and interpretation. I come up with one or two alternatives. Now, I'm going to check the effectiveness of each and every alternative, and finally I'm going to select one of those alternatives. So that is reaching at a conclusion. Provided 2 or 3 alternatives I find out after analysis and interpretation, I need to fix which alternative can effectively solve my problem. So that is basically reaching the conclusion. Then implementing the research, what strategy, what alternative I have chosen, I will be implementing that alternative to solve the problem. Okay, so put the final solution to practice. I've selected out of the 3 alternatives I got after analysis interpretation. I learned which of the 3 alternative will be more effective, and I have chosen the second alternative. I'll be putting that alternative into practice. I'll be implementing that particular alternative. So that is implementing the research. Now, what are the advantages of online market research? So far we were actually learning about online marketing research using internet as the object, medium, and method of research, and what are the steps basically followed in marketing research. Now, what are the advantages of this particular research which is going to be done online? So large number of participants can be reached at the same time. Okay, you can reach out to maximum customers through a research process. You basically get the feedback, you understand the problem, you do surveys, you do interviews, okay, all those things. You supply questionnaires, so you can contact a huge lot of consumers through online by conducting an online research. When you do an online research, you will get to meet a number of consumers, you will get the chance to understand whole lot of consumers. Now, international market research becomes easier. So, your marketing research will make your marketing process much more easier. If you do a thorough research on the marketing strategy to be followed, then after the thorough research, everything will be easier for you. Okay, so marketing will help you to do this advertising and marketing process much more easier. Then cost saving it is, because we have done a thorough brainstorming through research on what to be done, how to market a product. So things becomes much more easier, much more cost effective, and time saving as well. The time that we take for an effective market research to be done, the time will help us to save the whole lot of time that is required after we are launching the product into the market. So your marketing activities become easier, cost effective, and time saving when you do an online market research, that too in an effective way. Okay, so this concludes the disadvantages of marketing research, the last slide. So difficulties arising from the check of respondents' identity. Okay, so basically whatever feedback we gather, that should be genuine. Okay, you collect feedback through questionnaires, surveys, and interviews. You should the responses should be true. The consumer can give you any sort of response. Okay, so your effectiveness of data analysis, interpretation, everything, data collection, everything is dependent on the respondent and the type of consumer. Okay, so you actually don't know what type of a consumer a person is. You're approaching a person, you're interviewing the person, you don't actually know the identity of the person well. So that is the type of data he is providing. We actually rely on that. Okay, ഇത് ഡേറ്റ ആണ് തരുന്നത്, അതിൽ വിശ്വസിച്ചാണ് നമ്മൾ മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. Then the possibility to participate on a survey more than once. So the possibility that a person is participating in a same survey more than once. So that also will give you redundant data. Okay, the data will be redundant. Same person is providing you data a number of times. That means you are collecting redundant data. Then data privacy cannot be maintained at times. Data privacy is still a question. And missing standards in recruiting and data collection. So this also, see, the quality of data that is collected, that actually affects the entire marketing research process, because data is that which drives the research process. നമ്മൾ കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത ഡേറ്റാനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ അനലൈസ് ചെയ്ത് ഇൻ്റർപ്രറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കൺക്ലൂഷനിലെത്തി ഇംപ്ലിമെൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഡേറ്റ ക്വാളിറ്റി ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ മൊത്തം പ്രോസസ്സ് ക്വാളിറ്റിയിലാണ്ടായിരിക്കും. സോ ദീസ് ആർ സർട്ടൻ ഡിസഡ്വാൻറ്റേജസ് ഓഫ് ഓൺലൈൻ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് റിസർച്ച്. നമ്മൾ ചിലപ്പം ഒരേ റെസ്പോണ്ടൻറ്റിനെ 2 പ്രാവശ്യം സമീപിച്ചെന്നിരിക്കാം. തന്നെയല്ല, റെസ്പോണ്ടൻസ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഡേറ്റ നമ്മൾ വിശ്വസിക്കേണ്ടി വരും. അതിൻ്റെ ക്വാളിറ്റി അനുസരിച്ചിരിക്കും നമ്മുടെ ഡേറ്റയുടെ ക്വാളിറ്റി അനുസരിച്ചിരിക്കും നമ്മുടെ റിസർച്ചിൻ്റെ ക്വാളിറ്റി. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് ദോസ് ആർ ദി ഡിസഡ്വാൻറ്റേജസ് ഓഫ് ഓൺലൈൻ മാർക്കറ്റ് റിസർച്ച്. So we have come to the end of module 6 and end of syllabus. So in this particular module, we have seen only about marketing and advertising, the different strategies which are to be followed in order to effectively market and advertise products, so as to gain consumers to your product, in order to retain consumers for long, and what can be the different marketing strategies that could be effectively followed. And in order to choose an appropriate marketing strategy, we can think about doing an effective marketing research, that too an online way. Okay, so these are the topics that we have discussed in module 6. Okay, thank you for your patient listening, and bye.